Good morning, my friends. Okay, this is for Tuesday, May 5th and Wednesday, May 6th. So let's start with Tuesday, May 5th. Okay, so morning writing is going to be this spring sentence jumble sheet. Down at the bottom are all the words of the sentence, and you need to put them in the correct order. Here's your clues. A sentence always begins with an uppercase, so look for the word that is uppercase, and that will be the beginning word. Now, what does a sentence end with? That's correct, punctuation. So find the word down here that ends with the punctuation, and then you'll be able to help put it in order. So what word? The word I is capitalized, so that would probably go here. The word flowers has a period at the end, so that would probably go here. And then you would go, what do I like to do? I like to smell pretty flowers. You'll cut it out, put it in order. Then you'll write the sentence right here, and then you can color the picture right here of the pretty flowers you're smelling. For math, we are going to practice recognizing our teen numbers. So you have this whole sheet of lily pads. You are just going to trace and color all of the teen numbers. What do teen numbers start with? They start with a 1. Remember our song we used to learn about the teen numbers? Okay, so you'll trace your teen numbers, only your teen numbers, like 19. It doesn't always end with teen. 11 is a teen number, and it says 11, so trace your teen numbers and color those lily pads. And then this is actually something I want you to do on your own. It's an assessment, and I need this one back. And it's with ordinal numbers. And ordinal numbers are when you say something is either first, third, sixth, fifth, second, etc. So your parents can read. Number 1 says color the first bee blue. You will color the first. They can't tell you which one, but then you color that one blue. Then the number 2 says color the third bee red. You'll color it the third bee red, and so forth. So your parents can read the instructions, and then you will do it and then send it back to me. Now, this is our very last week for sight words. After this, we will not have new sight words. So it's your last week of new sight words and a sight word test. And our new sight words this week are only, about, every, and again. Only is O-N-L-Y, about, A-B-O-U-T, every, E-V-E-R-Y, and again, A-G-A-I-N. Now, to help with those words, because they're a little bit harder, I made a little Tic Tac Toe sheet, and I sent a bunch of little X's and O's, so you can play Tic Tac Toe with someone in your family. If you want to put an X or an O somewhere, you have to read the word first. Once you read the word, then you can put your X or O there, and you guys can take turns and play Tic Tac Toe and practice your sight words. Also in language, we are still going to keep practicing our CVE words, where you have that silent E at the end. Remember, if there's 2 vowels, the first one says its name and the second one is silent. This is that silent E at the end, and this is working with all long I's. So you have IDE words, IKE words, and INE words. So you'll cut these words out and put them with the right word family, but I want you to read the words before you do it. B-I-K-E, B-I-K. So you'll say I. You'll say I for the I sound, and then the E is silent. So you'll read bike, hide, hike, fine, ride, blind, tide, like, mine, fine, wide, and Mike. Cut them out, glue them in the right place. And you'll also do some of your readers. So, and then we're going to talk a little bit about in our science chicks. So we have this little mystery picture, which I'm sure you can guess what it's going to be by this, but you just follow the instructions. If it says blue, 24 and 27, that means squares 24 and 27 are the only ones you color blue. Then here it says orange. So it says to color the triangle orange, and then any of these squares with these numbers in them. Then yellow. Yellow has a whole bunch. So as you color a square, so it says color square 4 yellow. Color 4 square yellow, and then mark it off so you know you've done it, to help you remember which ones you've done. So that is going to be a little mystery picture and just kind of a fun thing for you to do. So now we're going to move on to Wednesday's work. And on Wednesday, you'll do a journal entry. And in it, I want you to start your sentence off with, in school this year, I learned. What is something that you were either excited about or really stuck with you or you remember learning this year at school? A lot of you learned to read this year. That's a big thing. But there's a lot of different things we've learned in kindergarten this year. So remember, start that sentence with an uppercase. On your journal, write your date at the top so we know what day you've written this. And remember to always end your sentence with punctuation and do finger space in between words so the words are separated so we know they're individual words. All right, now for math, we're going to practice a little bit of double digit addition, okay? So you have your ones column and your tens column. I always want you to add first in your ones column, and then you'll add the tens column. So they have imaginary lines there to show you that you're not really adding 14 plus 13. You're just adding each column. So you'll do 4 plus 3 is what? And then 1 plus 1 is what? So 4 plus 3 is 7, and 1 plus 1 is 2, which is 27. So it breaks it down to help you remember that you're just doing it column by column, and you do your ones column first, then you move to the tens column. And if there is nothing there, like this one, 3 plus nothing, then you just bring, it's basically 3 plus 0 then, because it's 33 plus 5. So you just bring that 3 down. You're not adding anything to it. So pretend like if there's nothing there, you pretend like there's a 0 there. So that is what we're going to do in math. Also in math, I sent some of these toothpicks. Be very careful with them, they're pointy. But I'm going to have you make some 2D shapes. And I'm going to have you make a square, a triangle, a rectangle, a pentagon, a hexagon, and an octagon. And you will just lay them out. And see, there'll be one more at the bottom, but you'll lay them out and make the different shapes. Now remember, square has 4 sides. Triangle has 2 sides. Now a rectangle has 4 sides, except you have to make 2 of the sides longer and 2 of the sides shorter. A pentagon has 5 sides. That's the one that looks like the house. Hexagon has 6. And remember, the sides come to a point. And the octagon is 8 sides. And they're the ones that have the flat side. And then meet at a point at the top and meet at a point at the bottom. So I sent a little baggie of toothpicks for you to practice making your shapes and reviewing those 2D shapes. Now, for language, we are going to work on the long O. The short O says ah, and the long O says oh. So you are going to go through, and any word that you hear O in it instead of ah, you hear O is purple, and every word that you hear the O saying ah is yellow. So you have like cone, doll, robe, toast, log, fox, bow, dog, bone, pot, octopus, nose, top, boat, mop, pop, hose, rose, cot, and goat. Okay? So you will color it either purple if you hear O when you say the word, or you'll color it yellow if you hear ah when you say the word. And also, get on Epic. It's www.getepic.com. You will click on Login. Then you'll click on Student and Educators. Then you'll click on Student Login and put our class code in, EMP6894. And then you'll click on your little circle with a picture, your name, and then go to your mailbox. And I will have the story, Francis's Frog's Forever Friend. And that's the story for you read today. And then anytime during the week you want to read more, you want to listen to more stories and just have some reading time, go and log on the same way, click on your name, and then go to Explore and type different things in at the top, and it records how many hours you have listened to stories or read. So please get on Get Epic and make sure that you finish the book and then it records it for you, and I can go in and look and see who's doing that. And then we are going to talk about the life cycle. We've talked about several life cycles. We've talked about the butterfly life cycle. We've talked about the frog life cycle. We've done a plant life cycle. Now we are going to talk about the chicken life cycle. So basically, you have the chicken lays an egg. And then after the egg, you have where there's a little chick growing inside the egg, and it's called a hatchling, or sometimes it's called the hatching stage. Then you have where it hatches and they're little baby chicks. Then the chicks grow into the adults, and the girl ones are hens and the boys are roosters. And then the hen lays the egg again and it starts all over again. So this just kind of explains it. And then this one, you have words at the bottom to cut out and put in the egg, hatching stage, chick, the adult stage. And then it just keeps going over and over, and that's the life cycle of a chick. All right, we're almost done with assessments. I think there's only a few pages this week that say assessments on them that they need to do by themselves. If I needed any individual extra assessments, I sent that in your packet. So if you got one that had a individual assessment in it, please do that, and then just read it, write down what your child said, or if it's something they need to do, they can do it, and send it back to me, because next week we're filling out report cards so that I can send them to you the last week, so that we can show that they've completed kindergarten and can move on to first grade. So if anyone has any questions, just let me know. And also, I'm going to be sending out an email. I think we're going to change our play date this week to still be on Thursday, but we're going to do it a little later in the evening, like at 6:30 for some, to change up the time to see if it's easier for some people. So, but I'll be sending an email out about that. I want you all to have a wonderful and safe week, and I miss you guys. Mwah. See you later. Bye.